It's Cece, and today I am here with
me, Janelle,
and we are going to be doing the book adaptation wishlist tag. And this tag was created by Monica from She Might Be Monica. We both watched the video and we both decided that we really wanted to talk about our answers. So I figured this was a perfect time to bring Janelle back onto the channel now that we're living together again and I have easy access.
and I too read books.
She does read books.
I have read a book.
In fact, you can follow Janelle on Instagram, link in the description.
Shameless plug.
So there are six categories total, and each is a different medium that is an adaptation, and we're just going to talk about the stuff we would want to see as an adaptation.
Alright, so the first category is movies. Perhaps the most traditional adaptation when you think about it. But alright, what do you think?
The book that I would really want to see most as an adaptation, like currently in my life right now, is Everything Leads to You by LaCour. And I would not want it to be like an indie limited release kind of movie. I would really want it to be like a mid-summer mystery romance movie event, like wide release, and it would be great, and there would be ladies and there would be mystery, and I would love that. I think the setting would work really well as like a Hollywood story. That just sounds like perfect to me as a movie.
It would be so cute.
It would be so cute.
It would be so cute.
I'm gonna lean all the way back there this whole time.
Ah,
The movie I'd want to see most in this world. I'm just gonna sleep while you answer. Okay, so what book do you want to see adapted into a movie?
I would like to see A Court of Thorns and Roses, everyone's new obsession, adapted into a series of 3 movies. Well, actually,
Well, yeah, now
now
it has another 3, doesn't it?
Well, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
What we got going on now, I'd like to see it adapted as a movie. I don't know, I just think the series could make, like, a really good movie series because it's so visual. And it takes place in all these different locations, and I don't know, I just think it could be really, like, amazing to see, like, the Night Court brought to, like, on screen. It'd just be so cool.
Yeah, and I haven't read them, but based on, like, descriptions of the Night Court, I feel like it's sort of similar in that it has, like, a night circus kind of atmosphere that you'd really want to capture on screen.
Yeah.
But it just has this strong atmosphere.
It has such a strong atmosphere as a book. And, though I would say with this, casting would be very, very important for literally, like, everyone. I don't know, it'd just be so cool because they could do all the different types of fairies. It would just be, if they did it right, it could be such a blockbuster. It'd be so good.
So the next category is to talk about a book that you want to see adapted into a television show, and I believe you have 2.
I did, I cheated. I couldn't make up my mind, but they're both in sort of the same vein. The first one is called the Brooklyn Girls series. It's by Gemma Burgess. It's 3 books. It's about a group of like 20-something girls living in a townhouse in Brooklyn, and they're figuring out their lives, their careers, their men, and women.
And
It's
a new adult
It's new
series.
adult, so it's really cute, it's really fluffy. I really liked this series, and I highly encourage you to check it out.
That was to me too, don't worry.
And it would just make such a cute, fluffy show. Like, I think it'd just be a lot of fun. And it'd be something that a lot of people our age could really relate to. Then the other one is something that's already been adapted into pretty successful movies. This is sort of the Traveling Pants. I just really love that series, and I like the movies. Don't get me wrong, I like the movies, and I love the casting, but I think it would be better if you could get a TV show, because then you could do a season for each book, instead of, like, shoving them all into the second movie, like they did. And I just think it'd be really cool. Like, I don't know, I just think it could make such a good TV show because of how everything's so broken up, kind of, since everyone's in a different place.
I also appreciate that both of the ones you've pitched, I haven't read either of them, but they have like all-female casts, and it could just be like sort of
do.
female coming-of-age stories and female friendships. Like, that really appeals to me on a TV viewer level.
Yeah.
And the thing that I would really like to see adapted into a television show with very specific conditions is I would love if Harry Potter were a television show, but I would have to approve everything. I'd have to be the head person that they came to talk to about all of the
creative
details.
head.
The creative director of the show. It would have all of the details from the book series. The script would just be identical from the books. That's exactly what I would want. But it could have all of these sort of plot lines that were left out of the movies, like peeves.
Oh, Percy.
Percy's whole
all the
storyline.
information on Percy.
Spew.
Spew.
Which could lead to, like, the actual moments of Ron and Hermione's relationship instead of kind of how that wound up being in the movies.
It would, like, give you a chance to really develop the side characters more.
That's my dream. A season for every book.
Yeah.
If I got to approve everything.
Third category is cartoon. So, what do you think?
So, this is a book that I just barely read. I should have posted my review by the time you watch this.
No promises.
No promises. But it's a book called Not Your Sidekick by C.B. Lee. I think this would make such a great cartoon in the vein of, like, Steven Universe and Legend of Korra, where it would be a great cartoon for kids, but it would also really work for adults. Because it's a superhero story, but it's made up of mainly a non-white cast, and there's also, you know, 2 girls falling in love in the leading roles. There are, you know, there's like a trans side character. There are just all of these elements, and it's such a fun story, and I think it would make such a fun cartoon to watch, and I think it would appeal to a lot of age groups.
Then for me, instead of cartoon, I'm going with anime. I really think there's this really cute manga. It's called Girlfriends, and it's a couple of years old now. It's just a really fluffy, like, 2 girls in high school falling in love.
But that's what I love.
Yeah, it's just really, it's really cute. I just think it'd be a really cute, like, Yuri anime.
I should probably have a coaster. God damn it. Kind of life are we living that I forget to use a coaster?
Barbarian.
So the next category is to talk about a book that you would like to see adapted into a graphic novel or a comic series. And which one do you want to see?
I'm kind of doing Cece's. I'm kind of going with what she said for TV show. Alright, so hear me out. I want a Harry Potter Marauders graphic novel series, not written by J.K. Rowling.
No. Due to cursed child reasons and due to Pottermore reasons, we just feel that maybe she shouldn't be the one in charge of writing the Marauders series.
I have my own thoughts about the Marauders. I got lots of headcanons. I have many years to have built all of this on. I know what I want.
Yeah.
And I know what I want to see.
And, like, Cursed Child just, I feel really solidified that maybe it should be left in other hands at this point.
Well, it'd be real cool. I already thought this out.
So it would follow, it'd be like 1 graphic novel for each year they're in Hogwarts, and then 1 for, like, after Hogwarts, and then 1...
And obviously this graphic novel series would lead to, like, the saddest ending in the world.
No, don't worry. I know how to make it uplifting in the end.
Okay.
Don't worry. But, oh my god, it'd be so cool. Oh, I can't. I love the Marauders.
So I think the book that I feel would make a really great graphic novel, just based on the art I've seen of it already, is I think that A Darker Shade of Magic could make a very cool graphic novel series. And I just like the art, especially of Kel, is amazing with his coat and the way it changes. Plus, with the different Londons, I just think you could make, like, such a distinct color scheme for each time they're in a different London, and that just, like, appeals to me. The color scheme could be really limited even, like, just, you know, black and white and gray, and then red be the accent colors. It would be so cool aesthetically. I love the idea of it.
Next category is play.
Play. We had a really hard time. You didn't.
No.
I had a really hard time determining what I want to see as a play.
We had a hard time with this one in the next category. So.
Yeah. Okay, so play. I feel like this could work. I really want to see a play of The Giver by Lois Lowry, which, I mean, it's my favorite book, so obviously I had to get it in here somewhere.
Yeah.
I want to forget that monstrosity of a movie happened. That doesn't exist. I know. The trailer was enough for me.
Yeah.
I want to forget that happened. I just feel that, like, the atmosphere of that book would work really, really well on stage, and I don't really know how you would do the memory transfer, except to use, like, multimedia elements, sort of like 1984 did.
It'd be cool. I think it would make a good play. I saw where you were coming from as soon as you said it.
Yeah, and I just think it would be a really good chance for 2 actors to really work off each other for a majority of the show. I would worry that they would have to age up Jonas, because a 12-year-old actor holding up a play of that size would be a little difficult.
They do it in Billy Elliot. That kid can dance his butt off. Alright, so I have another one that has already been adapted, but I'm going to re-adapt it.
It's a really successful
I
adaptation.
love the adaptation.
I love the adaptation.
Alright, Gone Girl. Gone Girl. I love Gone Girl's movie. I think it's great. But I think Gone Girl could make an awesome play. I just think, even if the entire audience already knew the twist, to sit in the audience and to experience that for 2.5 hours, and just
cool.
all the emotion and all of the interactions that happen in that.
The rising tension.
Yeah, I just think that it'd be so cool. It'd be so cool. It'd be so intense. It would be, we've had some intense theater
We've been to some intense
and
plays.
I really like intensity. And I just think it's a story that could do that well on stage.
The actors could be so intense, and I feel like you'd just
it
be
would all hinge
on the edge of your seat.
It would all hinge on the acting.
Yeah.
And if you got good people, it would be such a character play.
Well, I think the movie really depended on
Yeah,
the acting.
yeah,
and they chose perfect people.
They did.
So it's possible. So the last category is to choose a book that you would want to see adapted as a musical. And I think this one was the hardest, because I have such a hard time visualizing books that'll make good musicals.
Yeah.
But we've also both seen incredible
Yeah,
musical
we
adaptations
have.
of books I never would have thought would make good musicals.
It's just you don't sit and read a book and you're like, wow, they broke out singing here.
But like we've seen Fun Home and we've seen The Color Purple. It can be done.
Yeah. Okay, this is kind of a weird choice. But I chose The Merciless.
Oh yeah.
So,
by Danielle Vega.
yeah, by Danielle Vega. It's a fun book. It was pitched as The Craft meets Girls,
Which
and
is
if
exactly-
there's not, that is the most accurate description ever. And I just think it'd be such a fun musical. Like maybe it wouldn't be able to be as scary as the book is.
I think you could still make it.
You could still make it suspenseful.
It would be hard to do like torture on stage. Not impossible. Again, seen torture done on stage in a terrifying way.
But I don't think it would want to go that way.
Yeah, I think it should.
It would be like, I've never seen this movie, but Heathers was a musical.
Oh,
and
it would. Oh my god, that's such a good comparison.
It would be like that, and I think it could be done. And I think it could be really cool.
I think that Heathers is a great comparison for how that could be a musical. Bravo, excellent. So the thing that I chose, that I kind of want to see as a musical, I think that the Night Circus could potentially make a really fantastic musical.
So about this.
Because, that book is so atmospheric. I think that music is just another way to establish atmosphere. So I feel like little things like characters first meeting would make these great little songs. And the first time that you actually see Le Cirque du Rêve, there could be like a big number. And I don't know, it's sort of like my color thing. The color scheme for this play would be so beautiful. And the little touches of red could be all symbolic, but the music...
Or another theater experience they could do at the Night Circus. Just create it, and then you go and visit. And then you just hang out, and you get to go through the Night Circus. That'd be awesome.
It's just like an interactive.
Yeah, like
that would be really
there. That'd be amazing.
You get to go to Le Cirque du Rêve.
You get to go to the Night Circus.
Yeah. Oh, that would be really cool.
That'd
and
be
you'd
the
have to wear
best.
like a specific
you'd have to do the thing.
A little red
Yeah.
item. Ooh, I like that. Well, those are the things that we would like to see adapted into those forms of adaptation.
So if someone's adapting one of those, call us.
we
help.
need to approve everything, obviously. Okay, well, thank you very much to Janelle for being here and for being in this video. She'll be in many more, don't worry.
I do live in this room, so...
She does live here. She'll probably be, like, in the background of anything I film from now on.
Just
voicing
hanging
her
out.
own opinion.
Just living my life.
If there is a specific book that you want to see adapted into a movie or a show or a musical, let me know down below. I'd be really curious about musical ideas. I want to hear what other musicals you think could exist in the world. Go follow Janelle on Instagram. She has a bookstagram. It's super cute. And obviously you can follow me on everything down in the description below too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in another video very soon. Bye!